In 1975, a Senate committee confirmed something unthinkable. The CIA had been secretly drugging, hypnotizing, and psychologically torturing American citizens. Most never knew it happened. None gave permission. It was called MKUltra. But what if I told you it wasn't a one-time event? It was the prototype. What came next was worse. And it never really stopped. MKUltra wasn't a rogue operation. It was a structured program authorized in 1953 by CIA Director Allen Dulles, and it ran for 20 years. Its purpose? To develop methods of controlling human behavior through drugs, hypnosis, electroshock, isolation, sensory deprivation, and worse. It evolved from earlier CIA programs. Projects like Project Bluebird, Project Artichoke. They tested truth serums, they forced confessions, and memory erasure. But MKUltra went further. It spread through over 80 front organizations. Entities like universities, hospitals, prisons, even pharmaceutical companies. Most of the people being experimented on had no idea. They were students, they were veterans, they were inmates, they were everyday people. Their lives were changed or destroyed without explanation. Frank Olson was a U.S. Army scientist. In 1953, his CIA supervisor slipped LSD into his drink without his knowledge. He began to unravel. He was hallucinating. He became paranoid. 9 days later, he went out a 13th story window in Manhattan. The CIA said it was suicide. But decades later, an autopsy revealed head trauma before the fall. His family believes he was murdered. Meanwhile, in Canada, at McGill University, Dr. Ewan Cameron was running experiments called psychic driving. Patients, many seeking help for minor issues, were drugged, restrained, and forced to listen to repeated messages for days. They were also subjected to electroshock and extreme isolation. It was funded by MKUltra. And it didn't stop there. MKUltra reached into prisons, mental hospitals, VA institutions. The subjects were poor, they were institutionalized, and they were already in custody. They didn't ask questions. They weren't given the chance. There was no consent, no records, and no accountability. In 1973, as details began to surface, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered the destruction of all MKUltra records. Over 150 sub-projects gone. 2 years later, the Church Committee uncovered fragments. Their findings were damning. The CIA had funded experiments on children, prisoners, psychiatric patients, all without their knowledge. One senator said, quote, "The agency itself has no idea how many people were exposed." In 1977, 20,000 financial records were discovered in a forgotten storage vault. They weren't meant to survive, but they proved MKUltra was real. They listed code names, they listed front companies, secret payments, enough to prove it existed, but not enough to know how far it went. There were no prosecutions, no trials, no full disclosure. They ended the program on paper, but the truth was never fully brought into the light. When MKUltra ended, the research didn't stop, it just changed names. Project Stargate, a psychic spying program funded by the CIA, the subjects were told to visualize secret locations, enemy bases, submarines, hostages. It ran for over 20 years quietly until it was declassified in 1995. Then we have the Phoenix program, Vietnam. Psychological warfare, interrogation, assassination, psych ops. Some called it counterterrorism, but others called it a blueprint. And then came DARPA, the Pentagon's research wing. No LSD, no hypnosis, just direct brain-computer interfaces. Wires to mind, thoughts to machine. Programs like NESD and N3. They're real. They're funded, and they're happening now. MKUltra wasn't just about the torture rooms and acid trips. It was about control. Today, surveillance doesn't need padded walls. It uses your phone. It uses your watch, your assistant. Your data is tracked. Your patterns are studied. Your choices are guided. This isn't science fiction, it's a product design. The methods are cleaner, the compliance is voluntary, but the outcome is the same. This isn't just history, it's a pattern. It's a template. And guess what? It's still running. This was File 001. Subscribe to unlock File 002.